Welcome, everyone, to Sound Thoughts with Pastor Marvin McKenzie. This is September 9, 2023, and I'm just back. I know that a couple of people did actually log in, and one of them responded. Pastor Rick Carter, thank you for letting me know that I had no sound. Don't know how soon into the program you had made that comment, so just going to do it over today. So start out just with a real brief comment about my wife and her struggle with cancer, and just an update on that. Today is she has now finished round number 9 of Taxol. She's got 3 more of those to go, and then after that, 1 month off, and then from there she will go into uh, she'll go into 5 weeks of 5 days a week radiation. They tell me that it doesn't take long. It'll be a 10 or 15-minute appointment. She goes in and gets it done. Big thing is we want to make sure that that when she goes through it, they say that while the burn will heal, the scars will not. And so we want to try to prevent as much scarring as we can from that. It also me move on real quick and just tell you some things going on at church. We have a workday scheduled for September the 16th. So that's a week from today. Workday a week from today. And that is going to be, it's just to clean up, do yard work and general cleanup and in preparation for the ladies conference that's coming at the end of September. Then we have a men's prayer breakfast on September the 23rd, so 2 weeks from today. I encourage everyone to be a part of these things and get hooked in and to be a blessing there. Then things that are going on at Bible Baptist Church after that. We've got the ladies conference. That is September 29 through 30. Mrs. Janet Bigham will be the speaker, the key speaker. Lots of other ladies will be speaking as well. As people from around the state, ladies from around the state will be coming. And then Pastor Dale Bigham will be preaching all day Sunday, and then again he'll be preaching on Monday night, just Sunday and Monday this year. It's going to be exciting. We're looking forward to these things, and trust that you're going to be a part of them. Tomorrow, preparing for services tomorrow. We'll be preaching Sunday school lesson. Will be the final one out of Jude, and it'll be out of verse number 25, the title "Now and Ever." And then Matthew, the morning service will be out of Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, and the subject, the sweet invitation of Jesus Christ. Hope to see you in services tomorrow. Some things going on. I just thought I would mention, we're getting ready for our 24 election season. Of course, there are things happening in our country, in our world. There are all sorts of, concerns, things to vote about, things to be concerned about and study. I am interested in and looking into what I'm going to do concerning the race for governor. Jay Inslee has announced he's not going to run for a third term, and I'm thanking the Lord for a fourth term, I should say. I'm thanking the Lord for that. But I'm also, have some anxious anticipation concerning those that are going to be vying to take his place. On the Democrat side, there's Bob Ferguson, probably the strongest candidate from their side. Hillary Franz is running, and a Democrat, and then Mark Mullet. As far as the Democrats are concerned, he would be my favorite of the three. But on the Republican side, there are some good alternatives. Dave Reichert, I think, is the strongest candidate, and then following him is a man by the name of Semi Bird, who's a retired military man and looks to be a strong candidate, or looks to be a strong man as well. My kind of prayers, and I'm looking into Reichert mostly because I think he has the best chance to replace our governor, and the best chance to win over the Democrat, I think, who I think is the strongest, which is Bob Ferguson. Mask mandates. I've heard that there are rumblings about brand new variants of COVID coming around, and people are wondering, are they going to start new rules and laws with masking up and those sorts of things? And I just heard about a preacher who made a visit in a hospital in Oklahoma City and was required to wear a mask in there. My mom said that just recently that the hospitals in Kennewick, Washington, are concerned about the spread of COVID and are requiring masks in there right now. So we need to have some matters of concern right there. Prayer, it's a reason to pray. Pray for the leaders of our world that we may live quiet and peaceable lives in godliness and honesty. Pray for the souls of men. I think that's the first prayer anyone ought to bring before God is pray for souls, lost souls to come to know the Savior. Pray for our police and military, those who are serving for our protection, both nationally and abroad. Pray for cancer fighters, my wife, a little Chloe Rochester, a friend of mine, Kelly Anderson, and we have a sweet lady in our church. There's many that I know that have cancer, but a sweet lady in our church who is, she's struggling with some of the long-term effects of the cancer treatment that she's had. Pray for my dad. My dad had a major stroke on Wednesday. He's doing really poorly, and pray that he will heal and that God will do whatever God needs to do. This stroke, they life flighted him from Kennewick to Spokane, and then they moved him from the hospital in Spokane to a larger one in Spokane. They have upgraded him from ICU into a neurological room at this point, but he's not doing well. And I would certainly appreciate prayers for my dad. Um, Pray for, hey, I want to ask you if you would, if you've read any of my books ever, any of the books on Amazon, would encourage and ask you if you would to leave me reviews, positive reviews on the books. I thank the Lord for all of those who have lately responded to my request for that and done that. And then I want to say something about the Daily Visits with God podcast. Just a couple of weeks now, I started a new series of Daily Visit with God out of the book of Psalms. And so today was Psalm 5 verses 1 and 2. And this can be a wonderful, wonderful series. Just barely started it now, but it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful series, especially dealing with issues of emotions. David, who is a man's man by any definition, David would be a man's man, but he's also a man who experienced emotional pain. So if you or someone you know is going through depression or discouragement or disappointment, just kind of tired, physically tired, afraid of the things going on in the world, or afraid of what's happening in their own environment, or someone who's experienced terrible hurt, subscribe to Daily Visits with God podcast. It's Marvin McKenzie, one word, Marvin McKenzie .substack.com. And just began to do that. I think it'll be a big blessing and a help to you. All right. You'll see some links down there in the description. I want to encourage you to take a look at those. And till next week, God bless.